What's up, guys? Liberty Falls, Easter egg, no nonsense guide. Let's get it. To start out, we need 3 parts. We're going to head over to the music store, wait till round 11 till we get a mauler. He's going to blast the door open for us. We're going to dig through the dirt piles on the ground, get the electrical wires. Those electrical wires are going to be part 1. Part 2, we're going to go to Washington Ave and we're going to get this knob off of the spigot. And we're going to take that knob into the bowling alley. We're going to punch this utility cover off of the wall and we're going to add that knob to it. Someone in your party is going to have to hold down the use key on this panel for about 20 seconds. When this happens, a bunch of zombies are going to spawn in and you have to protect them. It's wise to keep the last zombie outside of the bowling alley, unlike what we did, so that the round doesn't end and you get additional zombies on top. Once it is done, you'll see that the pressure gauge pops off of the wall. You're going to pick it up. Part 3, in the graveyard, you're going to find the crypt keeper and you're going to get the key off of his body. He is specifically dressed like this with a red plaid shirt and jean overalls. Once you get the key from him, you're going to go down the alley into his shed and you are going to get the handle brake for the 3rd part. Once you have all 3 parts, head to the spawn, hotel room, 2nd floor, the Thrustodyne table. Be careful because it is a dead end. Wait till an end of a round where a zombie's not near. If you were lucky enough to pull this out of the mystery box, you can skip all of the previous steps in this video. You're going to head over to the comic book store. The first part, you're going to suck in from the ceiling, which is the base. Second part, you're going to go up on top. Instead of jumping on the Alamo, you're going to jump on this box truck and you're going to suck the part out of this right open window. This is going to be the gear. Third part is in the church. You're going to hit the button on the machine and your screen is going to turn white. When this happens, the hat is going to appear above the door where you entered off to the left. Suck that in, you get your third part. Next, we need to make the LTG. We're going to go up to the Alamo. We're going to open up the zip lines and go to the end of this roof to build the LTG. Next, we're going to go back into the church. We're going to go back to the machine and we are going to pick up the canister. Keep in mind that when you pick up the canister, you cannot run. So wait until the end of the round or wait until you have an escort because you're going to have to bring it across the map. You're going to bring it to the spawn here over this trap and drop it. This is where you're going to capture one of 2 monsters needed. You're going to bring the LTG device over to the bus area here next to spawn and you're going to drop it. You're going to have to protect it for 60 seconds. When this happens, zombies are going to try and run into it. If they run into it, they're going to damage it. So don't let them run into it. At the end of the 60 seconds, a big monster is going to come in. It's either going to be an Abomination or an elite mauler. You need to weaken them and then bring them over to this canister here. And you are going to activate the trap when they are one-shot, when they're really, really low health. When this happens, then you are going to suck the soul of that elite monster into the canister. This will either be an Abomination or an elite mauler. It's one or the other. Remember, the purple on the ground will hurt you and you will go down. It's important to have someone in your party training the last zombie of the round on the other side of the map. Pick up the canister, and now you're going to run it back up to the church. Once you turn the canister in, the drawer is going to pop open on the left, and you're going to get the Strauss detector. First one is in front of Liberty Lanes on this hill. This is going to allow you to activate the 3 beacons. It's important to note that once you pull out the Strauss detector, it's going to replace your tactical equipment. If you approach the beacon and you pull out the screen and the screen is yellow, you are going to turn the light on the beacon to yellow. If it's red, then you are going to turn the light on the beacon green. And if it's green, you're going to turn the light on the beacon red. So green and red are going to be opposites and yellow is the same. If it's red, it's green. And if it's green, it's red. If it's yellow, it's yellow. First one is going to be right here in front of Liberty Lane. We see that it's yellow, so we are going to hit the use key twice, and we're going to turn that yellow. Second one is going to be near the shed in the little courtyard here. We're going to pull out our Strauss detector. It's red, so that means we're going to turn it green. The third one is off the roof of the Alamo. You're going to come over here, blow up the board so that you get this drop-down access. My screen is yellow. I'm going to turn the beacon yellow. Once you've activated all 3 beacons, you're going to go to the spawn, and then this canister is going to come out. You're going to bring this canister to the next area where you're going to trap the next bad guy, which is going to be right above Washington Ave, which is Hill Street. I like to drop it right here on this trap. We're going to run back down to the bus. We're going to get the LTG machine, and we're going to go back up to the graveyard, and then we're going to activate another 60-second protection run in the graveyard. Once you finish with the wave of zombies, you are going to bring whatever monster spawns out, an Abomination or a Mangler. You are going to have to damage them until 1 HP. Once it's really low, activate the trap, bring it down towards the canister, finish it off inside the trap. When this happens, you will capture the monster's essence inside the canister, and you're going to bring the canister back to the church. Once you put the second canister in the machine, the Lair entrance is ready, but you are not strong enough yet. So you're going to do a couple things to make sure that you have the best odds. Bowling isn't required, but it's helpful. You need to hit 5 pairs. First one, spawn gas station window, shoot the shoes on the counter. Next, in front of Liberty Lanes in the funeral home, right on top of the casket. Next one, top of graveyard, hanging pair of shoes in the tree. Next one, across from the comic book store, you're going to shoot the shoes off the shelf right here. Fifth and final pair, Hill Street, right here underneath this chair. Once you hit the 5th pair, it's going to teleport all 4 of you into the bowling alley. Once you're in the bowling alley, wait till the bowling balls drop, grab the bowling ball, and try and hit as many zombies as you can. Do not hit gutters. It doesn't matter what lane you throw it down, but try and get as many points as possible. There's going to be an animation, and it's going to show you your trophy. The better you did score-wise, the better loot you're going to get inside of your trophy. Once your trophy appears, then you're going to remove all of the loot out of it, even if you don't need it, because your friend might. That lethal injector is going to be really important later. I'm going to need that. If you leave loot behind, don't worry about it. As soon as you teleport out, you'll be right in front of the bowling alley, and you can just run back in and finish looting. Next, you're just going to farm as many kills as possible, get as much money and scrap as possible so that you can upgrade all of your guns to the max level and pack-a-punch them 2 or 3 times. You can also make the zombies dance by going into these binoculars and find the zombie dancing on the top right of this mountain. There's 2 binoculars, one on each side of the mystery box. You just need to stare at the zombie and let it time out. Once you look at the zombie and the second set of binoculars, all of the zombies in the area will start running to the top of this bus, and they're all just dancing in AFK so you can get some free kills. Again, this is not required for the Easter egg, but it is just a helpful way to get an insta-kill and a bunch of knife kills. Before entering the lair, make sure that you spend all of your points. You can buy a self-revive here. You can buy some monkeys. Use your scrap. Another Easter egg not required is cooking a grenade at this head on a spike on top of the church. It will throw the head off of the spike, and then zombies will start raining down from the sky. When this happens, they're going to drop essence, which is money. Something else not required, but I think it helps a lot. Bring the Thrustodyne into the comic book store, and you're going to suck up 4 action figures. 1 on this little desk, 1 on the shelf up here above Quick Revive, 1 on the windowsill right next to it, and the last one will be on the purple wall shelf. You're going to need 9 total. There's another one in the spawn right above this motel sign. Another one is off the roof of the Alamo where you found that 3rd beacon. Make sure that you stand far enough to the left to actually suck in the action figure. Another one is on Hill Street. It's going to be on top of the AC unit above the first window. Another one is going to be on the window of the church. Last one is going to be on the sign right in front of Liberty Lane. I timed this poorly because it was my first run, but make sure you have friends in the church ready to hit the machine to enter the lair. The vote will start. You can see this on the left-hand side of my screen. Get the vote on your screen first, then suck in the last action figure, then hit F8 to enter the lair, and this is going to ensure that you have the maximum amount of time as the superhero while you're in the Easter egg lair. While you're in the Easter egg lair, there's going to be 3 waves of monsters, and you're going to know that the wave is over because all of the zombies in the room are going to clear out. Use the superhero to take out most of the bigger guys because the squishies are going to be pretty easy for your teammates. The superhero should last through the entire first round. In our run, the last zombie of the 2nd wave was actually glitched underneath the ground, which you can see here on the radar. We tried everything. We threw monkeys, we threw grenades, C4. We could not get this zombie out. I eventually was able to kill it. I was really, really lucky with this, with just spamming my shotgun into the ground, looking at the dot on my radar and trying to hit it. And I was able to get brain rot through the floor. I turned the zombie into a friend through the floor. The wave ended. 3rd round kicked off. Make sure you guys are throwing monkeys. Don't be afraid to use your utility. Use your ammo. All 4 of you have 3 gobblegums, killjoys, shields, max ammos. 2 monkeys, that's 8 monkeys total. You should all have lethal injectors. Try to save your mutant injections for the 2nd and 3rd rounds. Try and spread them out so you and your friends are not using them together. The 2nd and 3rd rounds are substantially harder than the first. When you turn into the mauler, it's really, really important to not really use the gun because it's not that great. Be a bullet sponge and just melee. I found that just using his melee strike and being a bullet sponge is the best way to use him. Make sure at least 2 of your 4 people have quick revive, and the other 2 have strictly killing perks. Once you kill the last spicy Margwa, you are going to all die. When this happens, you're going to get a screen prompt that asks you whether you want to exit to the main menu or continue. We decided to continue to see what else is afterwards. Once you spawn back into the map, you get Perkaholic and you can just play normally. We had one of our party members back out just to see what it actually did. And then eventually we wanted to successfully exfil to see if there were additional achievements to get after doing an Easter egg. We did successfully exfil and there was not an additional reward. So our friend that left on that screen got the same reward that we did for getting back in, burning another 5 rounds, and successfully exfilling. Just remember, it doesn't matter if you go into the Easter egg at round 10 or round 30, the Easter egg lair will be the same difficulty. So it's best for you to go in well equipped. Thanks for watching, guys. I did cut out the cutscene because I didn't want to give you guys any spoilers, but please like and subscribe. I hope you all have a great day.